Alright lads, so today we are back once more on Brazos to showcase the brand new 6th anniversary AIZEN renewed version. Who would have thought that one of the most iconic characters in Brazos has been already remade in a way a year ahead of time? I'm not complaining though, and this character is absolutely broken, and hopefully I can somewhat demonstrate that in today's video. So AIZEN as a character has a lot going for him, and honestly, on paper, he looks impressive. But when you actually play with the character, he's way more impressive than what he actually shows, if that kind of makes sense. And I say that more so due to the fact that he has Frenzy +2, where in the same banner a character like Byakuya got Frenzy +3. But when you consider all this character's damage increases, and then most importantly, the strong attack kit that he does have, it's absolutely amazing. Honestly, already one of the greats in BBS. And a character that, in my opinion, does justice to, again, one of the most influential, iconic, best character releases of all time in Bleach Brave Souls. So with that said, AIZEN himself is a power Soipa Hollow with the Captain Killer Plus ability. His affiliation is quite noteworthy given the fact that Soipa and also Hollow allows him to be used in two different types of Senkomon quests, the Hollow Senkomon Tower and also the Soipa Senkomon Tower. With that, he does have Captain Killer Plus. That's going to be really good for Guild Quest content, as the ranged Captain Killer Guild Quest phase does lack really good options, and right now he's definitely the best character you can use. For soul trait purposes, he's 22% strong attack damage and 12% recharge. Makes for a really good soul trait eventually if you do max transcend him as well, which is something that you might eventually do in the future, because keep in mind the character itself is a premium unit, so you can get them from summon tickets and you will eventually get them from free summons. When it comes to the main character's kit, if you played with 6th anniversary AIZEN, this character has the exact same strong attacks. The only difference is that he now has an additional EX move, and instead of inflicting Drain and Weakening, he now inflicts Drain and also Dominate, which is going to help him in Limit Breaker and of course also Guild Quest content. Although you'll see later in the video, it does hint to him greatly in Epic Raid content. When it comes to the damage output though, the character has a built-in 100% strong attack damage increase with 20% more damage at full stamina, Frenzy +2, 100% more damage to dominated enemies, and then also an 80% Spiritual Pressure boost. That in of itself is super high, especially for a character that doesn't have any Guild Quest skills. That's what I love most about this character and Byakuya when we do showcase them. Alongside that too, he has some really good utility effects with the Long Stride. He's immune to every stat summon, and he also does have Sprinter +2, so he's a very fast character with the best strong attack kit in the entire game, with a super high ridiculous damage output, and that in of itself already makes him an amazing and fun tier character. But when it comes to the build, we are going to be using a 5-star plus Lieutenant's Badge, Fortification Pill, and also T-Set, with a set of very powerful soul traits giving us more damage at full stamina and of course also recharge. Alright then, so first up, let's jump into some links or trials just to get a good feeling of the character itself. And like I already mentioned, if you are familiar with the original 6th anniversary AIZEN, you're going to be super comfortable because he has the exact same strong attack here. His SA1 is a beam forward. Very, very good, right? If we go here, it's SA2, distant AoE into a tracking vortex. And again, personally, I love the visuals for this character. I do think in ways they are comparable to the original unit. Like, I love the SA2 having this rainbow effect. The tracking vortex itself is very similar to the original Soul Bomb with that flower thing he had in the actual Soul Bomb, right? And then the SA3 is a full screen, but it looks super cool. It looks super cool. So we're just going to go through this content super fast. And in stuff like this, right? And we might even see the same thing in Limit Break if we can ever try him out in there, is that he kind of doesn't care about Killer. He really doesn't. He's just going to constantly clear it fast regardless, and very rarely are you ever going to take damage. If you do, you get back up to full stamina. And what I really like about this unit is the EX attack. It's a vacuum-like vortex that just sucks everyone into the middle, which makes it so if you position yourself, you can always just use that SA1 and take down a bunch of enemies with you. Right now, we're one shot in the bosses there, despite not having Killer, and I believe we're already into the final stage, where we get to use the Soul Bomb. So let's go ahead and do it. 見えているものだけが全てじゃない。お別れだ。 Super cool Soul Bomb. This is what I love when we get a remix of anniversary characters, or more so original units, right, that are unique to Brave Souls. You get a different type of attack, and in a way, it kind of expands on the abilities of a unit like this. We find out more from this form whenever they get new characters, and I think the Soul Bomb looks actually pretty good. I do prefer the old character Soul Bomb. That in of itself is almost perfect, but I really like the idea of AIZEN just grabbing you through the mirror, sending you into another void of a world. I have no idea idea what's fully going on, but the soul bomb animation looks really cool. But let's go ahead and try that again. I think for our next run, we need to actually equip the hidden enemies skill as a bonus ability or an accessory, because I think there are hidden enemies in this quest. But, you know, I personally don't mind this character having the exact same strong attack kit as the previous one, because I feel like for a character like AIZEN, he kind of just deserves no less, you know? He was a perfect character. I probably said that a lot in this video, but it would have felt super weird with a different strong attack kit. Like, at the very least, I was happy they brought back the SA2, but I don't mind that he has the exact same strong attack kit. And it's, to be fair, a rarity nowadays when we get a character like this on this power level have this exact strong attack kit. Like, the last character that was close to this was probably a 9th anniversary Grammy, 1000 Year Blood were Ishin, and then I guess 1000 Year Blood were Yuha, but they always had something not entirely perfect, and we are very nitpicking with those units. But, you know, Grammy didn't have the better SA2. AIZEN has the better SA2. It's a distant AoE into a vortex instead of a beam into a vortex. Characters like Ishin had the vacuum vortex into another vortex. If that even makes sense, but the main thing we're saying here is that no one's had this exact strong attack hit in quite some time. I honestly can't even tell you the exact character that's had this strong attack hit with skills on this level, in my opinion. And it makes AIZEN super fun. And again, familiar too, because you've already played this character, the original one. So in this case, without any hidden enemy abilities, we have already gotten a 1 minute and 6 second clear time. So let's go ahead and change our bonus ability to hidden enemies. That way we can clear a tad bit faster and preferably get that sub 1 minute clear time. So let's do one last attempt and see how this does go. So SA1 into the 3. We actually did one-shot the boss there, but unfortunately the SA3, maybe I didn't position myself the best there, didn't quite take out all the enemies here. We might as well use our EX attack here. Then SA1, does that kill the rookie? It does. That is funny. Go here, SA2, into the 3. Lovely, that was a super fast one. And in this case, can we just sub him here? Yes, we can. Wow, okay. And that's thanks to the bombardment that he does have with the also weakened defense. More damage to dominated enemies. I'm gonna let the summon play out once more. Again, super cool, man. This is one of my favorite character releases of all time. To see him get a new character this cool as well, it's just a fun time. It's a good time. And I wish, to be fair, it would be here on better terms, because the banner format is absolutely terrible. And it did take away some hype from these characters, especially AIZEN. But if you did manage to get the character, or if you get the character later on, we played in 33 seconds, huh? It's ridiculous. Really, really good unit. Very good unit. Now, again, it's just the basic breakdown of how he does perform in normal content. But I do want to try the character in the future for Limit Breaker content, whenever we can. Whenever we can bring a ranged super killer, which might not be too rare, we're going to take out AIZEN and see how he does perform, because he should be relatively good, despite never having killer in Limit Breaker content. Next up, let's take AIZEN into the Ultimate Ultra Kenpachi Awakened Epic Raid. Quite a mouthful of a title, but AIZEN right now is a 3 times damage bonus. That's going to definitely help him out, and you also do get 100% more medals. I believe the boss's HP is around 70 million, but this is where, unfortunately, this character is held back. I really thought him having 2 status elements would allow him to inflict status elements in epic raids, because for those that aren't aware, Dominate, with the way it does work, it just completely does not work in epic raids to not disrupt the boss itself. So AIZEN in any past and future character that does have the Dominate status element cannot get their spiritual pressure boost in this particular game mode, which in my opinion does suck a tad bit. It's not a problem with the character itself, it's just unfortunately the way Kellogg designed this status element and how it interacts with epic raid content. So with that, we are heavily nerfed here, because we can't get our 80% spiritual pressure boost, and we can't get our 100% damage to dominated enemies. Had we been able to do that, we likely would have closed this epic raid in like less than 20 seconds, despite the boss itself having an 80 million HP. In terms of the build though, we're going with the exact same, but this time we are using 3 familiars, giving us 60% berserker and also 60% full stamina damage. With that said though, I am curious to see how much damage we do regardless, because this is us at our worst. We did some pretty good damage on the SA1. I mean, damage sheet isn't bad when you consider that we're basically relying on our 100% berserker and also Frenzy plus 2. And that's essentially it. And our character links. And we're doing some good damage nonetheless. Again, really sucks that the Dominate even stops the Drain from inflicting, because I really thought he would have still been able to inflict status elements. At least the Drain part, you know? And that would have been good. So it feels very weird right now not being able to get our spiritual pressure boost, but we can go and use the EX, also use the Soul Bomb. Long Stride definitely helping out here. few more strong attacks and we should be done. And obviously, keep in mind that the 3 times damage is also helping out here, alongside the fact that we are fortunate enough to have killer effect here, so we're also doing 60% more damage. But regardless, even though we were at our worst here, we were still able to clear the Ultra Kenpachi Epic Raid in under, what, 50 seconds? Again, if this character was able to inflict stat ultimate, it would very easily be like a 10-second clear time, if anything. But I guess it's nice to know when the character's at his worst, he still could be performing relatively good, to be fair. And you know, the Frenzy +2 and built-in strong attack damage increase at 100% is definitely doing a lot of carrying here, as it should, because unfortunately, again, we can't get our status proc right, and therefore get the spillage pressure boost. But, I mean, that's good thus far. I think our clear time is going to be very consistently fast for the most part. Because at no point do we, you know, have low damage output. Unless we take damage. If we take damage, the run's basically over. But still doing some good damage nonetheless. Just move in here. Go forwards. Make sure we don't take any damage. And then we go in mouse to use our EX attack. Strong attacks come out very fast too. You can cancel them for the most part. So at no point should you ever be close to taking damage with this character. And again, this is only at 1-5. Imagine you had this character duped out at least special level 2. Be even crazier, right? So at this point, what we're going to do is finish up with the SA3. Again, absolutely love the visual on that strong attack 3. Definitely do prefer that compared to his original character. And his M pose just looking down on you is super funny, but you can see very similar clear time. Instead of 43, we now cleared in 46 seconds. Alright then, so jumping into our final epic raid run. This time we have almost a full lobby of AIZEN, so let's see how fast we actually clear it here. Let me use my SA3. We also have an Ichigo that could inflict weakening and allow us to do a bit more damage for a brief set of time. But if everyone starts to use their Soul Bomb and apply the weakened defense, because that's something AIZEN does have built in, that'll also be very good. The Vortexes kind of look crazy together. I've taken some damage. I've lost my full stamina. No, we got back up to full stamina. How did we do that? Did someone glitch? Has someone healed? I'm actually super confused here. Wait, how are we healing? We aren't getting us SP boost. I guess we can heal. Okay. That's interesting to know, I guess. So we are inflicting the drain, but we're not still getting our spillage pressure boost. That is very weird. Maybe that's a bug. I feel like the character should still be able to get a status pro because we were inflicting drain there. So that's something I didn't know about. So apparently we can heal. And there definitely wasn't a character in the lobby that was healing us. So that was kind of interesting. But there you go. I guess a full lobby of AIZEN for the most part is going to get 30-second clear time. Next up, though, let's take AIZEN into guild quests. In terms of how we're building him, we are going to give him the level 12 focus slot. You can keep spillage pressure, that's perfectly fine. We're going to go with these 3 particular accessories, giving us 30% spillage pressure, 60% more focus, and then we're going with these 3 soul trades. Esno is going to be the normal attack damage character of the team, while also being a power unit, so our next character will also buff Esno alongside AIZEN, despite them not having the same affiliation. But we're using these 3 accessories, these 3 particular links. Esno is only level 10 attack, and then Mashiro, her build doesn't matter, but make sure you are giving her the Mugetsu soul trait. But the main reason we are using Mashiro is because we are getting 40% more damage to enemies that are inflicted with a status element if you are a power swiper. So actually, unfortunately, Esno does not get this buff. But regardless, Esno's going to be good anyway, because he is going to be boosting and debuffing the enemies. So I guess first up, I kind of want to use my SA1. I'm not really sure the exact best pattern for a character like AIZEN, but what you're going to see here is just crazy crowd control. Like, non-stop, we're going to keep the enemies in place. Like, right now, into wave 3, the SA2 is already back. SA1, we might as well EX him. And the EX is really good range and groups everyone together. So there we go. 51 seconds left. SA3 didn't get a status proc. Didn't even get it there, unfortunately. You are still relying on getting your spillage pressure boost right to clear super fast. But first attempt, we got like, what, a 49-second clear time? 48-second clear time? Not too bad, right? This character is just all about non-stop inflicting status on here. And again, with Esno on our team, you don't have to worry about him stealing the status procs because he does have paralysis plus. So right now, super quick. Obviously, we also do have the advantage of the final boss being technique, but I feel like AIZEN is going to clear super fast regardless. And you can also build him in different ways, right? You don't need to use someone like Esno right now. I've seen people use the power and now to further increase AIZEN's strong attack damage output. And with that, I've seen people get like 54 seconds at 1 out of 5, which is absolutely crazy because it's AIZEN single-handedly soloing it. I tried that particular build and I haven't had time to actually successfully pull it off. So that's why we are sticking to a team like this. But I gotta say, it does feel very good finally using a character with good damage output and insane strong attack. So we very, very rarely see a strong attack kit like this nowadays, in all honesty, unless you're like a big named character. And to be fair, AIZEN is a big named character, so maybe it does make sense. Let's SA1, look how fast we're clearing here. Again, we're going to use our Vortex. Now, I very much do like the EX attack because it pushes everyone to the middle. So when you do decide to use your Soul Bomb, they're all right in front of you, and then you can just instantly finish up with your... with any strong attack, to be fair. With any strong attack. And in that case, we actually almost got a 51-second clear time. I just somehow missed my strong attack free. So let's just finish up the run. And again, this character is also quite nice to have some good survivability. Sometimes we've seen it where the character can actually clear fast. But when you get to the extra stage and you take some damage, the run is almost over. With AIZEN, that's fine. If he takes a hit, which very likely he's not going to because Dominate does stop the enemies from attacking us. But if we ever do get hit, we just got to inflict one more status on it to get back up to full stamina. Almost to our next attempt, here we go. Oh, kind of perfect lineup there. SA2. Into the SA3, lovely. SA1 into 2. Unfortunately, the SA2 actually missed there. Sometimes you do notice that the Dominate can actually set you up for failure. When the enemies just walk all the way across the map sometimes. But it's fine. 40 again. At the very least, out 1 out of 5 with this particular build, with this particular team. It's very consistent, at least 47 seconds. A character like AIZEN does make for some pretty easy resets when going for a higher score. Let's make this our final attempt, though. SA2. Into the 1. There we go. For Sergeant, SA3 takes him down. Lovely. SA2. Into the 1. Okay, thus far, that's good. Soul Bomb. 1. And then can we finish up with the SA3? 50 seconds. We'll take it for now. We'll take it for now. Again, there's the potential for AIZEN to get upwards to 51, 52, 53, and even 54. And I think at 5 out of 5, you can get even close to 57. So, absolutely insane for a character like this that, you know, it's not like he clearly has a bad damage output. He has Frenzy 2, a lot going for him. But the fact that he's able to get higher scores than character with Frenzy plus 3 consistently, and also not even have Guild Quest skills, I think is super impressive for the character. And it really does come down to the strong attack kit that he does have. Like, that's what sells this unit. Again, like I said at the start of the video, you might look at the skills and it's like, okay, that's really good. You know, you can't downplay the Frenzy 2, the 100% Berserker, the more damage at full stamina, the 100% damage to dominated enemies. That in of itself is good. But then you look at the character's strong attack kit, and he starts to play like one of the best characters in the entire game. And in this case, for this particular run, we got 50 seconds remaining, very easily done. A lot of some other good characters that came out for Guild Quest lately, you know, for example, Aaroniero, Ichigo, the most recent 100 million download celebration characters. They can get upwards to 50 seconds remaining in Guild Quest, but it does take a lot longer. AIZEN's able to get it very easily at 1.5, and again has the potential to get even higher scores at 1 out of 5 that are comparable to 5 out of 5 units, which again is very, very impressive for a character like this. So with that said, that's basically 6th anniversary renewed AIZEN in a nutshell, releasing in anticipation of the 10th anniversary. In my opinion, him and also Byakuya are some of the better characters Caleb could have chosen to release for a pre-anniversary banner. The character itself is amazing. Like I've already said multiple times in the video, you know, you look at the strong attack skill, you look at the skills this character does have, and it is impressive, but when you actually play with the character, it's significantly more impressive. It's been quite some time since we received the character with this power of skills and also have like the best strong attack kit in the entire game. Really good survivability, immune to every stat element too, with the built-in flash steps, making him a very fast and fun unit. That's the most important part. It's a fan favorite unit. You do not, as Caleb, want to flop a re-release for a character like this, and in my opinion, outside of the banner situation, they didn't, right? He's almost perfect again, and I think this remake or renewed version does him justice for such a hype character release back during the 6th anniversary. In my opinion, again, the only nitpick I have with this character, and it's a nitpick I have with every anniversary renewed version, is the artwork having that very ugly 6-star background. If he had a unique background, the character, in my opinion, would be flawless. But there you have it. 6th anniversary AIZEN is back and better than ever. Let me know your opinions on the character in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.